Bacterial overgrowth in the body can be a serious problem. It is the main cause of yeast infection, which is characterized by a number of visible and invisible candida albicans symptoms. Yeast infection can affect both males and females of any age, and therefore, candida albicans symptoms. Children are at the greatest risk of suffering from serious complications related to yeast infection, because they have weak immune system, and once the infection occurs, they may not even clearly signal the occurrence of symptoms. Parents are therefore left to guess that the babies are suffering from the infection, but this can be maximized by guessing using knowledge on candida albicans symptoms. Naturally, bacteria, fungi and other disease-causing microorganisms reside all around. There are those that can affect the mouth, nose and digestive tract. Because even disease-causing microorganisms are part of a normal working immune system, they do not lead to development of illnesses unless the body is weak in fighting them. Therefore, candida albicans symptoms should signal that the immune system needs to be boosted. The symptoms can be grouped into three, namely allergy, mental and emotional disturbances, and those related to the gastrointestinal and urinary tracts and genitals. One should become aware that the source of the yeast infection develops symptoms being the first, where the symptoms are physical in nature. For instance, the initial signs indicating yeast infection include a nasal discharge. The nasal cavity becomes congested too. The mouth may portray sores and develop blisters, while a person may experience pain in the abdomen. Other initial symptoms of yeast infection include experiencing heartburn, blowouts, a burn and itch effect of the rectal area, as well as diarrhea. For genital organs, some well-colored discharge may come out of the vagina. In addition, a person may begin having itchy vagina. The vagina can also experience a burning effect. People who suffer yeast infection may also constipate and experience belching. Complications of the symptoms have underlying effects that are worse or very punitive. They include impotence and problems with the bladder channel. Other problems in male include development of prostatitis. It is sometimes possible to see men and women suffering from yeast infection experience or struggle with frequent urination. Yeast infection is also likely to spread in other areas of the body, leading to depression, aching of eyes and ears, as well as craving for sweet items. This is the case where the initial problem has not been solved by raising the level of immunity. People may also begin experiencing muscle aches, may develop asthma, eczema and ringworm infections, among many others. It is, therefore, advisable to be aware of how help can be acquired, for instance knowing how to use yeast infection cures. These can be diagnosed at home once the person is sure that they are suffering from yeast infection. Care must however be taken, because some of the symptoms also signify other infections and body illnesses. It is advisable to get help from the doctor regarding use of yeast infection cure.